Okay, hi. I am coming to you live from the sick haze. I was actually supposed to go up to Orlando this morning, so you would have gotten a new mainline vlog, but I woke up sick as fuck, so I canceled that trip. But I realized I never recorded my thoughts on I literally watched it and went to sleep immediately last night, so I never recorded my thoughts on the new Doctor Who episode, part one of the two-part finale. This was Witch World. Oh God. You know what? If evident of my condition, I literally had to cough up some some mucus there. So I'm not doing good. I didn't even feel up to like sitting at my computer desk and like doing a proper recording. So you're getting this. You're getting this. These are very rough, off the cuff, sick haze takes. It was good, but the good has a lot of caveat. And this is exactly how I felt about Empire of Death. I mean, no, Empire of Death was the second part. What was the first part? Was Empire of Death the first part last year? I Oh no, the Legend of Ruby Sunday was the first part last year. And this is exactly how I felt about the Legend of Ruby Sunday, where I'm like, this was great setup, but I have absolutely no idea and concerningly not no faith that they will be able to wrap up every single thread that they've introduced here. This episode actually like gives us answers of what's going on, but it sets up more questions too. And for how short these episodes have been and how few these episodes have been, this really felt like it needed to be. And another video I was watching said this. It really needed to be like the first part of a three-parter, because there is just so much going on and so little time to address it. We have 40. This was 44 minutes, so we have, let's say we have 44 minutes next week to address so many threads. The Omega thread, which is funny. I actually knew who Omega was because that's one of like the few classic Who stories I watched was the Three Doctors. And I also think they may have mentioned Omega in the Timeless Child arc as well as one of like oh my god, what's her name? The Doctor's quote unquote mom. Tectoon, is that her name? Tectoon? I could be totally wrong. Yeah, they mentioned I think Omega as part of that initiative. I remember Omega from classic, like one of the few classic Who stories I watched when I was first going through Modern Who. So I knew who that was. I don't I don't know why they needed to do with that. Like I really don't understand. I like the Ronnie is incredibly fun. But like I said in my last video, I have not seen her in Classic Who. Um, so I don't understand her motives or goals here, like what she's up. I feel like the sense I get is that this would have worked better as a Ronnie exclusive villain story, where like we did not have that she was trying to resurrect Omega, but like, but it also could like be that like I'm not understanding her character and this is something that she would naturally try to do, so that could just be on me. But I also don't understand this all of the Pantheon shit and when it's going to, because like now it's leading toward this thing that's a Time Lord villain. If I remember correctly, like Omega is a Time Lord. So like what I'm like a little confused. Like these like eldritch entities are like that are supposed to be like far more ancient and far more like broader than the Time Lords are like being used to resurrect a Time Lord. I don't really understand it. I don't really understand where the whole Pantheon thing is going and why it was brought back into the show. It's kind of a mess. But yeah, like I did love the ideas that they were conveying. And like to just wrap up on the threads that they need to address. They need to address all that. They need to address the Susan stuff because clearly they're bringing that back for the finale. He's gonna have some sort of interaction with Susan. They need to address like Ruby's arc here, and like her confrontation, I assume, with oh my god, am I totally blanking on this name? The fucking asshole, awful person that his wish world. So they need to address that. yeah, I'm trying to. I lost my train of thought. um, oh, I did love the idea of the Wish World where it's like, a lot of people were making this comparison, and I feel like it's very apt. It's like very 1950s WandaVision esque, and it's Conrad. That's his name, Conrad's dream Wish World. It's exactly how he wants society to be, is super repressed, back to 1950s household dynamics. I mean, even the interracial couple stuff was surprising for that as well, though, and people of color being able to work. But I feel like that would have been too far on like the fishistic side of things, for it to really work. But yeah, like there were some elements in there that were like very interesting, and I really did like that. And I loved like the world structure where it was like this, like it almost reminded me of like imagery I've seen from like the final seasons of Attack on Titan, with like the giant like skeletal beings, these like and this giant ass like monolith like skeleton like palace in the center. It was like such good imagery. I loved that to death. I don't understand at all what their point in the story is, but I really like. I know like there was the whole Ronnie exposition thing, but I really also don't understand what the Wish World is and how it's operating, and how like she explained it, and she made like even a comment about like this isn't just exposition. Like yeah, it is just exposition, but yeah, I really didn't understand like what how the Wish World operates, and I worry we will get that more explanation now that like the plot is kind of like unraveling. I really like worry that we won't get that explanation. We also didn't see Omega this time, so I wonder if it's even going to be like a false flag where where like the Ronnie is trying to get to Omega but that realizes that this won't work, or unleashes something else. And that's just her goals, and we won't actually see it, because it is surprising. Like we saw Sutek already this time last season, but I'm worried it's going to be the same trap as Empire of Death, kind of, where like there's not enough answers, and the answers we do get just don't work, or like the setup is actually contradicted. And it doesn't seem like they're going to address Villengard at all. Um, it doesn't seem like it's part of this finale story, which is very interesting for how much they like mention it. And I'm very interested what's going on with Poppy as well, like what that means and where that's going. That's something I'll have to address, and I worry Russell won't. I worry Russell won't address all this. Um, and I kind of almost don't want Sutek to, I mean not Sutek, fucking Omega to come and be like this, I'm an evil guy and I want everything to die and be in my image or whatever, like Sutek was. And like I worry like that's like Russell is just like relying on these as crutches, like these big bombastic finales. And I feel like how Russell was so good at this foreshadowing throughout the last season is, one, he had more time, and two, like with only 8 episodes, these seasons are so short, and two, like he like didn't he resolved all the threads, and he didn't actively contradict his own setup. Like, and I'm worried he's going to do more of what he did in Empire of Death. So we'll see. All of that's to say, like, this is the first part. I did like this first part. I did enjoy it, but it fills me with a lot of worries just based on what we got last year. So we'll really have to see. There was a lot of good here, a lot I really liked, and but it was very quickly paced, and I'm worried that we won't get explanation for a lot. A lot of people were comparing this, and I definitely agree. I definitely got those vibes while I was watching it. There was that 3-parter in season 10. I can't remember the name of any of the episodes, with the those We Were Always Here aliens. You know what I'm talking about if you've watched it. And this gave me similar vibes, but that story I thought was a little too long. It was the universe where it didn't need 3 full, like, almost hour-long episodes to tell the story. This is like the inverse of that, where I'm like, feel like we have way too little time. But anyway, this kind of reminded me of like my high school-esque like show talking videos, just lying on the couch talking. But yeah, I could not even be bothered to go and sit at my desk. So Those are my overall thoughts. I think we'll really have to see, like, if this. I feel like if the finale works and it's not too incredibly rushed, and we get answers to all these questions, I feel like this could go down as a just really great season. Like, everything was great. Some episodes weren't as good as others, but everything was solid. Um, oh, Rogue showing up. That was probably the worst effect. I was cackling. It was so fucking funny. And what was the point? If that doesn't come back, if Rogue isn't in the episode, so is he like in this like underworld, whatever it is, like that they're trying to get to? Is that where he got like banished to? Is this what they're trying? Like, where is the Pantheon located? Where does it come? It just really doesn't make sense, and I really don't understand it at all. But anyway, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.